Okay, I thought I would do an update on what I have now. Split the cases. I completely degreased them. Inspected the transmission, looked pretty good. I did replace two forks. Let's see here, shifter forks. Let's see where they are. Let's see here. Yeah, because like I've been noticing. Let's see here. That's the primary gear. Let's see. I think I threw them in my spare transmission pile. But yeah, I did notice that there was two shifter forks that had been a bit worn. So I replaced them with a little bit better used ones. But other than that, the transmission looked excellent. You know, it's a nice Chima transmission. I did replace the fork, the shifter drum with a better used one. But yeah, the shifter forks, yeah, I prepared ones that were good used. But yeah, you can see I had it all ready to go. I had the crankshaft put in. But what I had found, once I got the crankshaft in, I should have checked it beforehand. But the crankshaft was kind of hard to turn. Very hard to rotate. And as I watched the end of the shaft, I noticed it was just wobbling just a little bit. And I was like, oh, great, it's out of true. So, as you can see, I had the case gasket all ready to go. Like I said, I had already started torquing down all the case bolts that I have over there. And, I started doing that, and I should have checked it beforehand. But, yeah, the crank was out of true, so I got that sent down to Falcon in Florida. But you can see, yeah, this is, no, wait a second, this is not a brand new bearing. One of the, yeah, gosh, what was it? The main shaft bearing on, on the counter shaft bearing, that had to be replaced. That was out of true. This shaft was really wobbly. Yeah, but that's a brand new bearing in there now, so that's all good. I replaced all the seals. Let's see if I can lift around. Is that touching the gasket surface too much? See, I have brand new crank seals in. Brand new counter shaft seal. Put that down. And let's see here. Then you can see the other new main seal. But yeah, you can see everything is totally clean. I took it down to auto shop I used to work for, and I used their parts washer. And got it completely clean. So you can see this used to be all full metal swarf when I first took it out, and it's totally clean now. Yeah, down to the drain plug. The Aermacchis, they actually have a magnetic drain plug from the factory, which is kind of nice. I mean, there was a lot of junk on there when I took it apart. Yeah, this was another. These are the little selector pins. As you can tell, might be able to tell, here's the pivot spring for the shifter selector. And the spring pivots on there, and then the forks, the selector forks come in here. You can see the shaft right there. Shifter forks go up and down, and they twist and actuate the shifter drum. And one thing I did notice on the original drum is that one pin was actually pushed in a little bit. These pins actually have to have a little bit of height to them. Let's see if we can get a good profile. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. And one of them's actually pushed in. Let's see if we can find it. My stash of parts. Let's see here. Transmission. Aha, here's the shifter drum. Here's the original one. So you can see that one right there in the center of the camera. Yeah, you can see the rest of them are pretty well worn. Let's take it over to the light here. But yeah. So I wasn't completely satisfied with this one, so I replaced it with a good used one. So that's what I did there. Yeah, all the other bearings checked out okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. But yeah, I sent the crankshaft down to Falcon, Florida, parcel post, so it'll be there in a few days. And they were the ones that took care of our ST-MX engine. And they did a true and weld, so I'll probably have them inspect, true and weld the crank there, and that'll be good for a long time if they weld it. So, but other than that, yeah, this is pretty much at a standstill right now. I did drop off the cylinder down at US Chrome, and they said about 2 weeks turnaround time to get the Nikasil'ed bore done, so I'm going to be waiting for that. And well, consequently, I was hoping that I'd be able to get the whole bottom end taken care of, put together. That's the one that once I get the cylinder, pop it on, throw the engine back in, and done. But, well, that ain't going to happen, so... yeah, so, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I got a nice clean cases now. Everything's, like I said, all I need to do is throw the crank in, you know, and, you know, this gasket is already tacked up, and just have to throw the crank in, so I can start torquing everything down. So that's the progress on that for right now. What I just did yesterday was, okay, you might notice, the purists might notice, that is not Italian-made CEV brand turn signal. It's actually a Japanese-made, I don't know if it's a Stanley, but it was one off of, I think it was a well, it's your typical Suzuki. It's a Suzuki turn signal. And the reason why we're putting on that is because, well, of course, the correct signals for these are the Italian-made CEVs, but they're a bit expensive. I mean, you can still get them, no problem, you know, from Bevel Heaven or even some online sources, you know, like I said, including Bevel Heaven, but they are considerably expensive. So, but these are a dime a dozen. If you dump the bike, you're not wrecking a $50 signal, so you can get these for peanuts. But yeah, you can see this is the stock CEV stem. What I did here, these were actually rusted out Hulks when I first got these. And what I did is I bead blasted them in my cabinet, cleaned the threads up, and I powder coated these. These are actually powder coated cast aluminum gray. And well, it looks much better than what they did. I mean, these are just rusted. So yeah, to get the shaft, you know, the shaft is all pitted. So what I did is that I checked this up in my little hand, my 3/8 drill, and took a file to it. And I was able to get the surface nice and smooth. Then took some 80 grit to it, and it was ready to get powder coated. So I did that yesterday, and used my toaster oven to bake them. I didn't feel like firing up my main oven for it. But yeah, that's the little stuff. I've been enjoying powder coating on these machines, but yeah, that's the plan for the signals, to have the Suzuki CEVs all the way around. You know, they're nice and large. They have a similar form to the CEVs. They're pretty much a no-frills signal. You're probably curious how I had attached to the CEV shaft, the stem, I should say. Open this up for you, and you'll see right in there. Let's see if we got it twisted. There we go. See the little jam nut in there? Originally, the CVs, it's screwed just like the Suzuki ones, exactly like it is. But the thread pitch is slightly different. I think this is a 150 pitch that the Suzuki is, and I think the CV stem is 125. It's both M8 thread. But yeah, I think it's either a finer or coarser thread. But regardless, yeah, the thread count was a little bit different. But I'll be able to with the jam nut, I'll be able to drill and, well, actually just tap it, just clean it out, and I'll be able to get it to the proper metric thread pitch. But I mean, it looks like it's almost made to be. I could use the stock Suzuki stems, but they're a bit bulky. And this way, if I do end up getting CVs for it, all I have to do is just screw off the Suzuki ones, put the CVs on, and we're good to go. So that's what we're going to be doing on that end. Same treatment's going to be done to the rear here. Yeah, the original. We're pretty sure this is the original bodywork. This is more of the maroon red, and the bodywork we did have it on before for like the tank and the fender was more of a purple. It's a little bit different shade, but well, this is kind of the patina mobile, so it's, you know, it all has personality. So it might be mismatched colors somewhat, but it'll be complete. But here's the original CV brand taillight. This is just the regular original. This is all original. I did just buy from my stash of Moto Italia parts I had just bought. We just got I got an NOS turn signal because the bottom was broken out. You can see I'm going to stick my finger right in the lens. Yeah, it's starting to crack, and I'd much rather use it for something else. Here, this is from back in the day. With my father, when he was at MATC, back in, let's see, it was from 85 to 86. He rode this thing pretty much every single day. When he went to college down there at Aermacchi Area Technical College. So there's your motorcycle parking permit from 85 to 86. We're leaving that on there. That's kind of cool. It's kind of like the base stick on my Sabre. Yeah, other improvements. I'm going to be retrofitting the Nippon Denso regulator rectifier. I'd used the other Nippon Denso. I think it was actually a shindig. I put that on the ST, so I had to take this one. This was off of the Suzuki GS450. Regardless, it works. I just have to trim the leads down and fit that up, but they make good replacements for the Donsies. Really good that way. But yeah, so that's the update. Yeah, we got the new chain from Moto Italia. I got the old one sitting over there. That'll be put on. But other than that, it's going to be interesting. Other than this, probably the major thing is putting the European taillight back on and putting the signals back on. We had the Harley Davidson ones on before, and we're going back to all Italian, minus the Japanese turn signals. But yeah, so that's an update on here. I'll keep them coming. Hopefully, I'll get the head back from US Chrome. You can see what a freshly bead blasted Nikasil'ed cylinder looks like. So hopefully you enjoyed it and keep the rubber side down. Bye.